His Holiness the 17th Karmapa Urgent Doje arrived at Bodhgaya, the seat of Buddha's enlightenment, to preside for the third time over the annual Kagyu Monlam Prayer Festival. With His Holiness here at the Kagyu Monlam over the last 3 years, the Sangha has taken on a new level of focus and inspiration, motivated by His unwavering and selfless presence. Sitting under the most sacred Bodhi tree, in the very spot where Prince Siddhartha attained his enlightenment 2,500 years ago, His Holiness Karmapa presided over the noble gathering of the Kagyu Sangha, with lamas, monks, pilgrims from Tibet and around the world, to give Dharma teachings, lead prayers, and bestow initiations. The recitation of the King of Noble Aspiration prayers is one of the main practices of the Kagyu Monlam. It represents the deepest wish of the Buddhist practitioner to fulfill all the aspirations of the Buddhas of the past, present, and the future. They recite in the King of Noble Aspirations prayer, "A single instance of a Buddha's speech is a voice endowed with oceans of qualities. It has the pure qualities of the melodic speech of the victorious ones, and is the sound that accords with the inclinations of all beings. May I always be engaged with the Buddha's speech." The Venerable Bokku Rinpoche and Kalu Rinpoche, the young Tulkus and their monks, collected the precious Kanjur texts, stored within the Mahabodhi temple itself. The texts were handed out to the Kagyu monks, who read the individual pages until every known syllable of the Buddha's word had been read. The term tulku means an emanation body of a bodhisattva who has vowed to return life after life to help liberate all sentient beings from suffering. The reincarnation system of the tulku is the essence of Tibetan Buddhism. This tradition started within the Kagyu school with the reincarnation of the second Karmapa, Karmapakshi. He was the reincarnation of Dusum Chempa, the first Karmapa, one of the four main students of Lord Gompopa. Later, this tradition spread to the other Buddhist schools, and before 1959, there were more than 3,000 reincarnated lamas in Tibet. The Karmapas have incarnated for 17 lifetimes, and all have played the most important role in preserving and propagating Lord Buddha's teachings in Tibet, and now for the rest of the world. This year, His Holiness was joined by several tulkus. Among the young tulkus was Kalu Yangtze Rinpoche, whose previous incarnation initiated the Kagyu Monlam 21 years ago. Ponri Tulku, born in New Zealand, recognized by His Eminence Taisitu Rinpoche, who also recognized Chagam Tulku and Yerme Tulku. All three are now studying with His Eminence in his monastery Sherabling in the Himalayan foothills of Himachal Pradesh, northern India. His Holiness presented teachings in Tibetan on Lord Gompopa's jewel ornament of liberation to the thousands of ordained Sangha and lay people there. His Holiness also kindly agreed to present another series of teachings on this essential and most studied of Kagyu texts, with English and Chinese translation, to benefit the many non-Tibetan pilgrims who have travelled from all over the world to share in this unparalleled opportunity to pray and learn with His Holiness. Thousands of Tibetan pilgrims bring their own infrastructure to Bodhgaya. Like this, one of the numerous tent restaurants serving traditional Tibetan fare. Most of these pilgrims travelled several hundred miles to be here. Some even came over the Himalayas from Tibet itself to be with His Holiness. This pilgrim and her special prayer wheel, called a Zare Joko, was rarely seen even in Old Tibet. Nomads and villagers would listen to the Dharma folk tales explained utilizing the many aspects of the Zare Joko used by these traveling storytellers. Here at the Monlam offerings desk, members of the Sangha give the names of their deceased friends and relatives, along with some offerings.
Minta cucu gobe. Ya ya. Oh ya. Ini na macam. Na macam. Ah. Oh kat. Kata satu satu pesa tak gobe.
His Holiness presided over the purification for the deceased, igniting the names and pictures submitted by family and friends. The burning of the names signifies the purification of the negative karma which prevents us from attaining enlightenment in our future lives. From the Sutra of the Four Thoughts. When I die, I will have no freedom. Whatever I have done will come back to me. Therefore, I will always avoid harmful actions and continually engage in wholesome ones. Thinking thus, every day I will examine my mind.
이거 조금만.
You can ring?
The peaceful calm of the Monlam festival was broken in the mid-afternoon as monks from a number of monastic colleges engaged in the traditional form of philosophical debate. Here they are debating whether the mind actually exists or not. Durga Chensi Yangtze Rinpoche, the reincarnation of the beloved Nyingma Master, joined His Holiness Karmapa and the Kagyu Lamas under the Bodhi tree. From the space of the utterly pure extent of phenomena, deep and clear wisdom expands. Mind's primordial nature is forever free of elaboration, not deluded by habitual mind or samsara or nirvana as they naturally arise. To this expanse, the equal nature of all things, I bow.